Alright guys, back again. I'm gonna get straight into this video. So I'm back outside. Alright, my day ain't go as planned because, you know, today's Sunday actually. A bunch of car shows on Sunday, but the weather, all week I was chasing the weather. The weather was looking janky, right? This morning it rained like crazy, so it was like depending on what was going on, I ain't know shows was canceled or what. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know what? It's a dub. I'm not gonna do nothing today because of the rain. Then look at outside. It like it breezed through, and now the sun is out. So, yo, gotta keep on grinding, gotta keep on working, gotta be consistent. You know what I mean? I always tell myself that, even though sometimes if you're not motivated, you gotta be consistent. So I decided, between everything I seen, car shows, they had something in Connecticut that looked like it got a lot of copyright, because sometimes if you don't go early to these joints and record, the music kills the video. So I couldn't get out early today, so you know, I'm out late. So I'm actually gonna head up to Staten Island. I'm gonna do a quick run to Staten Island to this joint right here. It's called Beach Invasion. Somebody actually gave me a flyer yesterday. So, you know, it got a lot of spicy cars, like, you know, Chargers and Hondas and all that. A lot of these slam cars and whatever. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna do that, but I'm not even gonna take the charge, you know what I mean? I'm in the big Renzel, as y'all can see, man. The big Renzel Escalade. So I said, I'm on my bar with Renzel, and we go, it's in and out. The drive is like an hour, so I said, you know what? Do it up in the GPS. GPS told me an hour, so I'm gonna get about 3:12. So I said, you know what? Why not, man? Let's beat down the road like we always do, you know what I mean, to get this content. Even though today I'm just gonna be a spectator. I'm not even putting no car, no vehicle, and no show, because it's too late for that. I'm just gonna be a spectator. You know what I mean? I just wanna basically, I just love being around the cars and being in the show. So it's a thing like, just because I don't have a car in the show, that's how I used to kind of think. Like, if I don't have a car in the show, I'm not going to the show. You know what I mean? Can't do that now because, you know what I mean, I'm giving us dope footage of, you know, different cars, and I'm also seeing it. Somebody else joint that, you know, it is what it is, you know what I mean? I'll be ready for the next one. But today it's just, I'm gonna go as a spectator, and I'm gonna go record, look, see what it is, chop it up, you know what I mean, in and out, you know what I mean? So I just don't have that responsibility today of, I gotta wipe the car down, I gotta this, I got that. Nah, I'm a spectator like everybody else, just recording the footage. So at this point, as I said, now she's a little traffic, you know what I mean? I'm like, it's telling me 30 minutes in, I gotta jump on that Verrazano bridge. So I was like, you know what, man, today's nice, and I'm like, why not, you know what I mean? Charged my camera up last night, so we good on that, and yeah, we gonna try to give y'all some dope footage. Maybe they're gonna have copyright music, whatever, but I'll figure it out. You know what I mean? I will have to just, you know, as I always say, if I gotta eliminate their sound and add my sound, then I gotta do what I gotta do. You know what I mean? But other than that, as I said, still trying to be consistent. You know what I mean? You got the dope ass footage as always. And yes, that's what we got going on today. So I'm gonna tap back in maybe when I get more closer. Actually, when I'm actually at the show, showing y'all what's going on. All right, catch y'all back in a minute.
Check this out. You ready? One more time. One more time. Make some noise for the Integra. My friend, you are eliminated, Mr. BRZ. Good job. Next contestant, please.
All right, everybody, make some room, make some room.
Make some room. Integra stay, BRZ move forward. Again, if you have a hard time moving around, just stay put. The two-step is done. Once again, reminder, after the two-step, we're going to have a live performance, bikini contest, and more. And much more.
Alright guys, I'm leaving the event. I'm not staying to the last because you know sometimes when you stay to the last, that's when the bullshit happens. So I'm out of here, man. I got some dope footage, yo. I got some dope ass cars, man. Like it is crazy. I see a lot of people put a lot of quality bike, like they boogieing. See, people put a lot of quality and time. I got to step up my game a little bit, even though it's not an old school and it's something different. A lot of creativity in New York City when it comes to these cars, man. I like coming to different car shows, just not just old schools, and which is pretty cool. A lot of creativity, a lot of noise. That's the only thing about that. It's just hella noise. But I mean, as I said, I showed y'all what I got, some dope footage, and we actually got a beach over here in the cut. I don't know the name of that beach, but it got a full beach, and this beach is super long. You know, not a bad beach to go to. Yeah, so we gonna head back to Renzel. Parking lot's kind of full over here. I gotta find out the name of this beach. But this is Staten Island, New York. Alright, so we had a decent time, as I said, you know what I mean? I didn't participate in this one because this one is crazy, even though I would have fucked them up anyway because I didn't see a box Chevy. But it's just, I guess I would have had to do the trailer thing. Like, that's what I'm trying to get into, people. The whole trailer movement. You know what I mean? Like, oh damn, I ain't even closed my windows for Renzel. You see Renzel in the cut. But yeah, I want to get into the whole hauling thing, as y'all can see in the corner. Right there. They got the double and the triple trailers over there. And alright, so and he doing it in the cargo van. Somebody else got like a dually or something, but yeah, hell yeah. outside view of the event. As y'all can see, it's crazy. Still crazy. A lot of vehicles, a lot of vehicles, a lot of vehicles. Police on deck. It looks safe. Police not playing if anything go down. Them niggas just gonna shut it down. A lot of dualies, a lot of trailers, man. Can't wait to do this trailer, people. Can't wait. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. And I'm saying, you know, a lot of different trailers and all that. I'm excited. You know what I mean? Me and Renzel is excited. So we about to beat up the road again. You know what I mean? This was a good choice, I guess, guys, of car shows, because as I said, it was there's a lot going on today. A lot going on today, and I had to make a choice. I had to pick and choose what to go to. I'm sorry, and I decided to go to Beach Invasion, which is pretty cool, man. I got a as I said, I've seen a lot, not in terms of old school, but just in terms of quality and creativity. Creativity is key. Everybody got their own style of doing things, and you know me, I got a couple of ideas already, and y'all already know, like with both cars, like even with the Chargers, like I'm seeing Hellcats, and like, you know, they went crazy with it, you know what I mean, which is, you know, like they should, you know what I mean, but it's just cool that these guys is like, they leveled up to the T, and like they go all beam up, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm gonna step up my game all around in terms of my team, you know what I mean? Create more creativity, more quality, more cleanliness, more power. Because that's you know, I like the power, I like, you know, I like the uniqueness, you know what I mean? And then when we go to the shows, you know what I mean, we go hit different. You know what I mean? That's what it is. It's a hit different network, hit different, you know what I mean? As I said, New York don't got mad box Chevys, but I'm gonna, like, you know, I'm about to hit it with another remix, you know what I mean? Another twist, another little, you know what I mean? That makes sense. So that's what I'm kind of saying. So I'm gonna tap back with y'all again. You know what I mean? Let me, as I said, y'all see it right here, man. Y'all see that long map, you know what I mean? So we gotta beat up the road. Traffic don't look bad, so an hour and 8 minutes, you know what I mean? Which is cool. And all right, man. Catch y'all on the field. So we on the Verrazano Bridge. It's telling me to take the exit going to the BQE. The BQE. That's actually going straight, I believe. But I almost said that Broadway. Let's up Mr. Damn turn. Whoa, what happened here? Navy just tripped out on me. What the hell is Navy doing? It's telling me now to take. Shit, what happened here? Gotta beat it up. Time to beat up the road, people. 4.6 miles to the BQE, Queens, Bronx. Alright, tap back in with y'all. Alright, back again. A little bit of traffic here on something called the BQE, man. I told y'all it was like an hour, now it's like 43 minutes. So I guess with the traffic was going on. So man, everybody outside with them toys, man. Today was a good day, you know what I mean? Wish I had the box Chevy outside, but actually, you know what I mean, these roads is like shanky as crap. So when I be talking about the toll, Renzel for the toll, you know, maybe people maybe say, oh, you got a toll queen. Nah, nigga, New York, if you know New York, man, the streets and the roads is hella janky to be rolling on Section H. Like, really, know what I mean? It's like, it's a risk. It's a risk. So a lot of places, like, just traveling like on these BQE, on these highways, yo, y'all yo, you gonna run into a pothole and get a bend. So like certain places, you know, yeah, you gotta maybe put that shit on a trailer. And there go the big lack right there. Oh man, what lack is that, man? I love that joint. Ooh, and he wrapped it black. And he moving, man. They moving on the corner. Oh man, dude, I almost like, see that scooter dude? What the hell he was doing? I almost like wrapped him. He nearly knocked out my mirror. But yeah, just as I said, this is what it is now, man. It's the traffic. And because, you know, the day is winding down and just gotta deal with the traffic at home. But it's all good, no? I mean, as I said, it was a spontaneous, successful day. And I should be on that corner exit because everybody breezing. But it's all good. It's all good. I'm not in no rush. You know what I mean? Just chilling in Renzel. Got the AC blasting. And y'all see that traffic on the big screen. So, police mobbing. Yeah, everybody just going home. Damn, if there's a crash. Oh, I thought there was a crash, people. I was about to say. Thought there was a crash. Looking at the sign, they say most vehicles off travel lane. If there's a crash and minor damage, move vehicle off travel lane. Hell yeah, but people don't do that dumb shit. There's a crash, they stay right there and wait till police come. Get that shit out of here because you just gonna mess up everybody else's day. Real talk. Alright, so this is what it is. It's just heavy traffic. Oh man. So, in New York. But at least the sun kind of calmed down because the sun just came out of nowhere, beaming. I was sweating bullets. For real. It kind of made me think I should have maybe took the damn Bell Parkway. But they saying this BQE was faster than the Bell Parkway. So, I guess. Alright, so, yeah. As y'all can see, other way Manhattan over there. Manhattan. Everyday Manhattan. And I guess I'll get off of this maybe like in 5 miles. Y'all see the bridge, y'all see a little bit of Manhattan right there. Beautiful sight right here. Whoa. This is a great view, people. A beautiful view. I'm talking about a great view. That window one for y'all. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Y'all see the whole city right here. It's beautiful. That's a great picture. Everybody on the boats, man. I want to jump on a boat. Today's a nice day to be on a boat. You smell that sea breeze. It's a wonderful day to be on a boat or by the marina or something. You get that boat feel. Alright, man, that air is hot like. Y'all go get this footage from inside the truck. Ooh, that shit done sucked out all my AC, man. Alright, so we underneath this. Or at least they did the road right here. At least the road right here is pretty small. Alright, so it's telling me to go straight. Let me see, 35 AB, I guess is my exit. At least they did this road here. This is cool. And what the hell building is that? That's like a co-op. And that bridge, that's the Brooklyn Bridge, people. I got the Brooklyn Bridge for y'all. Anybody? This is a great view of the Brooklyn Bridge too. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. I never had a good view of the Brooklyn Bridge from here. That's crazy. That's a great shot, people. Great shot of the Brooklyn Bridge from underneath the BQE just ran across it. That's pretty dope. For whoever watched my whole video, you get to see that part. Yeah. So I don't know what the hell little bridge is that. That's some little bridge. Maybe, nah, I don't know if that's Manhattan. Yo, what the hell? A toll again? Don't tell me, y'all. Congestion. Whoa. said I took the Belt Parkway, my dude. Don't tell me they hit me with another toll. I doubt it. Nah, that's maybe that's maybe just going into Manhattan. But we not going into Manhattan. They're just showing that you gotta pay that congestion price. I think exit 29A. Yup, 29A. They're hitting y'all with the $9, people. $9. Up, pick a truck, $9 just to make that turn. Alright, ain't nothing going on here but a bunch of traffic right now, so I guess I'll tap back in with y'all when I basically get like close to get close to home and all that. Then we go talk about our experience and talk about our evening real quick. Alright, tap back in with y'all people. Yeah. Alright guys, I'm on the famous, they call this the Kosciuszko Bridge. At nighttime, this thing light up beautiful. It light up beautiful. Kosciuszko Bridge. Oh, I don't want to miss my exit 35AB. I didn't know I was coming this way on the Kosciuszko. Kosciuszko was beautiful, man. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, still trying to beat down this traffic, people. Oh man. And it's giving me ETA 24 minutes. So, alright, figure it out. I'll tap back in.